Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It's Ned over at My Philippine Dreams, N to the E to the D over at MPD, coming at you from Cebu City. It doesn't look like this live stream is actually going to work. I'm getting lots of buffering and all that. Let's see how it goes. Things are pretty bad here in Cebu City right now. The situation is there's a lot of quarantine hotels here because you got OFWs coming into the city, you got OFWs getting swabbed, waiting to depart the city and go out. And the hotels are now on basically skeleton staff crews because a lot of them, their families' homes have been damaged or destroyed, or their own domiciles. A lot of them are staying at boarding houses, places like that, have been severely damaged. So a lot of the staff has not been coming in. A lot of the quarantine hotels are basically just giving up. Like, I'm probably going to have to give up on this live stream. Let me try to decrease the I gotta decrease the settings on this because I don't think it's gonna work. It's saying I have an excellent connection. So yeah, things are kind of crazy. They're running low on water. They're no longer whenever you wanted water, you could get water. They're not doing that anymore. You actually have to buy the water. When you're seeing cars go by and trucks go by out in the street, the back of the vehicles are full of empty the 5-gallon blue containers of water. People are looking for water. There's gasoline shortages, so the taxis aren't running. A lot of jeepneys aren't running, so there's people at jeepney pickup areas, just lines and lines of them. There's huge lines at the banks. A lot of Filipinos, as everybody knows, basically live week to week. So a lot of them are trying to get their money from the banks. The power keeps going out, the internet keeps going out, the ATMs they require both. So there's huge lines all over the city. The hotels have basically given up trying to enforce quarantine protocols. Word has gotten out that the Department of Health, the Department of Quarantine, some of the testing labs have been damaged or not functioning. And the swab tests results are going to take days, if not weeks, to get. So basically, they're letting people leave. The only problem is there's nowhere to go. I myself have been swabbed. This morning, I went down to Pier 1 in Cebu for Kokaliong because the roads down south, the buses aren't running because of damage to a big bridge at Karkar. So I went to Pier 1 to try to get a ticket, and I got there early, and there was already a massive line of people, and it was sold out. They told us to come back tomorrow to another place. I'm not going to even say where it is because I'm so selfish. I don't want to put it out there and have people go there and get ahead of the line of me because it's all about me getting home to my family. Sorry, people. But that office opens at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. I'm going to be there at around 5:30, 6 o'clock. I'll have my Kindle. I'll be sitting there, and hopefully I'll be able to get a ticket back to Dumaguete. The good news is Negros has power. It's a good thing when you live on an island with its own thermal generator. Okay, thank you for the feedback, people. Hey, Zoe's watching. Hi, Zoe. Oh, man, don't make me get freaking teary. Don't do it. Don't make comments about that. Negros has its own power plant up past Valencia. It's got a geothermal power plant. It's making energy off of the volcano. It actually supplies power not only to Negros, the island of Negros, but also to the southern part of Cebu. But I think it's hoarding its electricity and not giving Cebu any power. The latest word in Cebu is they probably won't have power for weeks, if not a month or more. It's just the way it is because when you go around, I did not realize when I made that first video, and I was up there, and I'm on the 12th floor, and I'm looking down, and I'm taking the video, and there's a couple damaged roofs and stuff. I'm like, oh, it doesn't look too bad. It looks like we got lucky. And then people were making some comments, dude, the damage is really bad. And today, for the first time, I was actually able to go out in a taxi, drive around, and see just how much damage the storm caused. I guess from what we're hearing at this point, Bohol got the brunt of it. I guess there's people were saying that I was talking to some people that listen to the vloggers and follow the vloggers and stuff, and a lot of people haven't heard from any of the vloggers on Bohol because, again, if they got hit hard, that means the power's out, the internet's out, a combination of everything there, and at this point, people are probably just looking for water, basic necessities. It's a bummer, and I know Chicha is watching this, and my daughter is watching this. It's a bummer that I wasn't able to get home today or get home yesterday, but I know that eventually I will be able to get home. But when you compare and contrast, I know you're not supposed to compare and contrast things in life to other people, but when you see the people outside struggling, the desperation just to get the basics, just to get water. Again, when I see all these pickup trucks and all this stuff going by, they're just packed full of empty 5-gallon water containers, and they're just looking for a place to get some water so that they can survive. Again, just the basics. You see the people lined up at the ATMs just trying to get some cash so they can get some food. Price gouging is not illegal in the Philippines, although the government officials frown upon it, and President Duterte on previous occasions has been natural disasters and people have tried to price gouge. He has made it quite clear what the repercussions for that will be. Trying to enforce that, though, is something entirely different. So the price for everything has gone up already. Again, comparing, contrasting, I'm okay. Chicha is okay. We got the resources right now, at least, to be okay. But it's hard going outside and seeing, people's entire business is destroyed. I saw the ocean jet when I was at Pier 1 this morning in Cebu. I was waiting in line for Kokaliong ticketing office, and I looked over, and it looked like there was this big damaged building next to the main terminal at the port. And then it finally dawned on me that it wasn't a damaged building. It was actually a boat that had been forced up. It was one of the ocean jets. One of the ferries had been forced up out of the water onto the pier and was destroyed, basically. I don't know if they're going to be able to salvage it or whatnot, but it's been about 10 years since this area, the Central Visayas, has been hit directly with a super typhoon. Luckily, again, the loss of life has been minimal. They're not really sure. The last I heard, it was up to like 4. The last I heard, it could be more. I don't know. Power in this hotel keeps going out, so this live stream could end at any moment. We're having brownouts. The generator cannot maintain running all the air conditioners for all the people that are here, all the OFWs. This place is pretty packed. Again, though, people are just leaving. They're packing up. There was a big brouhaha yesterday, as a matter of fact, because one of the women who had been waiting 5 days for her swab results. She's supposed to get the swab results within 24 hours. She'd been waiting 5 days. Her and her daughter just found out that their house in Naga had basically been destroyed. So she packed up, and she was, trying to leave. And at first, the guard was trying to stop her, and I mentioned this in the other live stream. And I told the woman, I said, they can't physically restrain you. You can go. So she went. And the guard at first again tried to stop her, but then he realized the situation. It's not the guard's fault. It's not the staff's fault. It's just Mother Nature doing what Mother Nature does. She doesn't care. And so he actually helped her with her bags and stuff. And now at this point, they're not enforcing the quarantine. People are just walking in and out of the hotel. They're not checking quarantine status. People are signing waivers once they get their swab. Even before they get their swab, they're signing waivers and leaving now. So that's the situation. I know Chichai posted up a video. She did a video. The damage around our house wasn't too bad. Her plants were kind of damaged. But again, in the grand scheme of things, the plants will grow back It's okay. There was no heavy damage to our house, our vehicles, anything like that. Our neighborhood. They got power. Internet isn't great, but that's pretty much a first world problem. As long as you got power, as long as you got water, you're doing okay. I'm sure at some point it's going to come down, and they're already doing this. You can get tap water for free downstairs in the restaurant. And I've been here long enough that I'm not worried about drinking tap water unless something happens and the groundwater gets contaminated by fecal matter or something, and you never know if that could happen. So it could get to the point where people are boiling water, going to have to boil water, let it cool off, and just that'll be our water. Let's look at the comments real quick. Go Bobo. Hey Ned, happy holidays. Yes, happy holidays, everybody. I was talking to the manager today. I was actually outside the hotel, and the manager came up, and at first I thought he was going to yell at me for being outside the hotel. And he's like, so,